Hey guys, it's Demi. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my family, please go ahead, cut the bullshit, subscribe, like. I want to take a hot minute to thank all of you guys for all of the amazing feedback, new followers, new subscribers. Welcome to my fucking life, bitch. I keep it 100. I embrace you. Be yourself. If I'm talking a little bit funny, I just got my top and bottom teeth. So, hi. How are ya? I noticed that you guys are most in tune with whatever my love life entails, or you know, those kinds of stories, because inevitably those get the most views on my channel. Why not share my most horrific, well, one of my most horrific fucking hookups, dating scene scenario when I was like, I think I was 20 or 21. So this has been maybe around 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Let's rewind back to adolescent years, coming into my 20s, still, you know, adjusting from being a teenager, slowly coming into my womanhood. And for those of you that don't know, yes, hi, I'm transgender. Around 19 and 20, I was transitioning and coming into my womanhood. This is weird saying, when I was male, I didn't really get all that much clout in like dating and attention, although I was pretty attractive. But I think I also closed off a lot of it because I was so scared of like herpes, HIV, gonorrhea, AIDS, just like all the bullshit that I would always hear. So living in LA and stuff, I was always like, go get a STD check, go use a condom, put your fucking meat in a saran wrap, fucking if there's no saran wrap, use a Forever 21 handbag. Like, it was always the overwhelming of diseases and things like that. So I really scared myself out of, you know, ever hooking up or doing any of that stuff in my early years. One night, I'm feeling, you know, promiscuous and want a hookup or something. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm like so shut off from the world, like work, school. Like, there's one person I've been talking to on Tinder for a while now. And at first of the conversation on Tinder, it was like, we're just gonna call him the devil because he's the devil. Actually, no, I don't want to invoke the devil. We're gonna call him Jack. So I'm talking to Jack on Tinder and we're like going at it. He's talking like, you know, I've never been with, you know, a trans woman or whatever. And I was like, I'm still at like my early stages. And he was pretty attractive. He was like attractive, like maybe in his early 30s. Definitely very like alpha male. Definitely as time went on, I realized that he was very confused and scary. We're talking on Tinder and he's like, why don't you come over tonight? Like, I broke up with my girlfriend like a week ago, like this and this. We can have wine and like chit chat and just hang out. And then he would message me back and be like, oh my god, just kidding, like, don't come, like, I don't even know why I'm like doing this, like I've never done this before. And back then, guys, I was stupid, I was naive, I was dumb, I was young. I had never really had that attention or knew what my worth was. Any opportunity, which wasn't a lot, but like any opportunity of a guy presenting himself to me, I would kind of take it because I was not confident with myself. I definitely was not giving myself what I deserved because back then I didn't think I deserved anything. And that just stems from more issues from, you know, me growing up as a kid and all of that. But this is just a very low time. So I'm talking with him still and I'm like, well, we could take it slow, like we could do this, we can like, well, like, we can hold hands, like you can like get a feel for it, like you can meet me and we can like see how things go, like just very stupid. So finally, moral of the story, I go over and I don't really go over. I was hanging out with my best friend that night and she was over at my apartment. And I was like, you know, he's so hot, like I kind of want to like hook up with him, but he's a little bit older, but he's a little bit like iffy and weird. And she was about the same age as me, so she was like, girl, go get the dick, like go do this, like go live your life, whatever. And I was like, you know what, I don't really want any strings attached, I'm not looking for a boyfriend, like maybe this would be like a fun little hookup experience and I can, you know, have a little dick appointment and get the D and keep it moving with my life. To be safe, make sure that he's not like a crazy, why don't I go ahead and drop you off at his house and then I'll pick you up and you just call me like whenever it's done, I'll pick you up, I'll like wait around. So I'm like, okay, perfect, like oh my god, like I'm so nervous, I'm breaking out in sweats and hives, my pits are sweating, like, and I'm a big sweater as soon as I get nervous, so it's just sweating and sweating and sweating and sweating. I go ahead and message him that I'm here. Like, I pull up and he's like, come in through the garage door. I'm gonna open it, and then you can come in through the garage door, and I'm gonna be in the kitchen, and we can have a glass of wine and just like take it from there. Like all this in text within the minute of me saying I'm here. My happy little ass gets out the car, starts walking over. I see the garage door open, nice car in the garage. I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe future sugar daddy, something fun. I just walk in, I go, hello. And hello, I'm in the kitchen, and I'm like walk over, and he's like standing in the far corner, and he has like 2 glasses, a bottle of wine that's like freshly opened, and I walk up and I'm like, hi, and there I am standing, platinum blonde, short hair, like very Miley Cyrus vibes. Like I had just started hormones, so maybe my nipples were swollen and like poofy through like my little crop top. He was this huge ass guy. So then I walk up and he looks nervous, like super nervous, and he's just like, hi, yeah, I'm Jack, and like comes in and gives me a handshake, and I'm like, hi, Jack. In my head, I'm like, cringing, because I'm like, I want this to be over, like, can we cut the shit, put the wine down, let me chug my wine back, like, you're super hot, like, I don't do this, so, can we just, like, have sex or do whatever now, and, like, keep it moving? And he's making it really difficult, like being around the bush and going around the curb and going like just doing all these swindles where I'm like, maybe this is not going to happen, maybe I'm just stupid. And then the way he was talking, you could see he had such like aggravation or aggravation for himself, or it was just, I didn't know if he was just so dominant or like what was going on, because he just seemed so distraught and like confused and like looking around, and I've never done this, but I want to, and you're pretty, and like just all of the fuckery bullshit. And honestly, I mean, now that would never ever happen. I would be like, you can handle all of this, and I would like beat it and leave. But like back then, naive, dumb, young, never really hooked up with anyone, like new to the whole womanhood of things and not knowing my values. So I was just sitting there like a little naive thing, being like, But it was consensual because I wanted it to happen. It was hot, and I wanted to have like one of my first experiences to be with a hot guy. He leans in for a kiss. We start kissing. By now, we finished both of our wine cups. I think I even poured myself 2. I was like chugging them back like, maybe we should go to like my room. So then we go to his master bedroom. He lived in a house. It was a pretty nice house, but it was kind of empty. And then walking into his bedroom, like it was a hallway, and the hallways had like long mirrors going all the way down to the bedroom. So it was like mirror, 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 mirror. So walking through, you can like see all the peripherals, like just yourself, like over and over and over and over. Lay on the bed, we start making out, we start getting funky with it, bouche avec quoi, kissing me, and then he would stop and he'd be like, what am I doing? And I would be like, I don't know, what are you doing? And he'd be like, oh, nothing, it's just me, I'm sorry. Like, he would take a break, sit up on the bed, and then look at me, then look away really quickly, and I was just like, should I go? Like, but I don't remember ever asking any of these questions. I was just so, like, scared. Another red flag, like, what the hell? Like, Demi, listen to your gut. We start hooking up. I'm not gonna go into detail. You guys know what a hookup is. Afterwards, like, he, like, quickly jumped up, and he was, like, naked. And, like, I quickly jumped up, too, because I was scared. I was like, if he jumped, I jumped. I was like, like, okay, like, what, like, should I go? I texted my girlfriend. I immediately pulled up my phone, and I was like, okay, like, it happened, like, I hooked up with someone, like, okay, like, this is, like, one of my first Tinder experiences. I could see him, like, pacing in his little restroom walk-in area, like, pacing, like, almost like he was confused about what he did, or what just happened between us, or aggravated, or like I could feel something in my fucking tummy that like something was wrong, and like if I didn't get out soon, that something was gonna happen to me, or he was gonna take something out on me. Now, while we were hooking up, there was over the bed a smoke detector, and it kept beeping. You know when a smoke detector battery is dying, and it goes beep, 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 beep. Like every, I don't know, 2 minutes or a minute, like in between, just kept doing that over and over and over and over. He throws on like his sweat joggers, a t-shirt, had like the hottest body ever, like super hot white guy, but just his vibe and everything going on was like not okay. So then he goes, I need you to help me with something. And I was like, Oh, yeah, of course. And he's like, come to the kitchen with me. So I quickly like put on my top. He goes, you hear that beeping? I was like, yeah. And he was like, I can't reach it. Like, I can't reach it, and it's over the bed or whatever. You wouldn't mind, like, taking it, like, popping it off for me. And I was like, didn't think anything of it. Like, at the moment, I was like, no, sure, like, I can get it, like, easy, like, you know what, let me, like, do something, because I could see, like, he was distraught. I was like, okay, maybe he was just so distraught because his smoke detector keeps going off. So then he opens this drawer in his kitchen, and in this drawer there's a hammer, there's a wrench, there's a screwdriver, there's one of those screwdrivers that has, like, the extra long pick, there's, like, a couple knives, there's a couple picks, like, there's all kinds of weapons. And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, this one, like an idiot, like a pure fucking idiot. Go, this one! And I take out the screwdriver that has the long thing. I was like, oh, with this, I could pick it off. I choose it, I put it down, I turn around and pick up my phone off the counter. He picks up the weapon. I'm calling it the weapon because I don't know what this guy was up to. So I picked up my phone, then he grabs it and he goes, let's go change it. And it's very just like a pause silence. And he goes, go. So then at that moment, every scary movie, every little fucking murder scene, anything that I've ever thought of clicked into my head. I turn around and at this point I start to feel like my heart like going a little bit faster because it's like I just picked maybe the weapon that's gonna get used on me. Like I just picked my own like death. So I have my phone and I put all in caps and I text my friend, come now, like all in caps. And I'm walking into his room and he's walking behind me. Now you guys remember all those mirrors going into his room. And mind you, his house was so minimal with furniture, like barely anything, but it was a really nice house. So I'm walking and through like my peripherals, I could see him walking and I don't know why he was holding, like resting it behind his back or like holding it behind his back, but he was just casually walking and his eyes were like blackout. Like his eyes were like, almost like he just regretted everything he just did and didn't know like how to fathom or cope with, you know, maybe, I don't know, hooking up with me or something, but he was still like trying to hide it. We get to the bed and at that point I'm like, my heart's racing because I just realized, A, I might have just picked my murder weapon, B, he's maybe 6'1", he could definitely reach this, like, I'm a little bit shorter, so I'm gonna have to get on my tippy toes on the bed and pick this thing off the ceiling. He could have done this immediately. And 3, if he already had that tool in his kitchen in the drawer, he could have changed this himself. So at that point, he goes, get on the bed so you can reach it. And when he said that, it brought back a memory of a friend. This friend used to tell me that she had a very crazy relationship with her boyfriend, and it was very, you know, they would beat each other up, but her boyfriend's thing was dragging her onto the bed to like fight with her or do whatever in violence so that she wouldn't have balance to like get up or really do anything. It's like the bed, you know, you're like trying to get up, it's the bed, and you're shuffling around, and he had a king size bed. So when he said get onto the bed so you can reach it, literally red flags went in my head everywhere. It was like, this is it, bitch, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. I got onto the bed and I stood there and I turned around and looked at him and I put my hand out and I was like, give it to me so I can pick it. And he stood there with it behind his back, looking at me, blank eyes, like there was nobody there. I looked at him and like my voice I think was even shaking. I think I was even blocking out because I was like, I'm just about to die right now. Like this is it. Like my life is ruined. God is punishing me for this hookup. Like I'm done. And I'm shaking. And literally I want to say for like 40 fucking seconds, he was just standing there looking at me like on the bed. And in my head I was like, he could have done this himself. He's tall enough. I just set myself up. Something's gonna happen to me. And in my head I was like preparing myself, like bracing myself for like if something happened to me, just brace myself. And it was the worst feeling I have probably, well, I've experienced some bad things, but like in fear, I think this is the worst fear I have ever experienced. And he just goes like this, like hands me the sharp end. And usually, I don't know, my mom and parents raised me, like when you hand scissors or you hand a sharp object, you always hand it over by like the handle, like the safe side, not the fucking sharp side of the fucking screwdriver wrench thing. And when I put my hand around the stick of the thing, I'm like holding it, and he's holding the base of it, and I'm like, I kind of like giggled, and I was like, and he like let go, and I got it, and quickly, I was like, I could either jab him with this and take off running, over fucking thinking, and if I jab him, I'm going to jail, my whole life is done, or I can fucking pick this thing so quick. I never picked a fucking smoke detector off so fast. I got on my tippy toes, bitch, I said, like that, and the whole thing went flying across the room, stopped beeping, I dropped the fucking wrench, and he looked at me like frazzled, like, I literally with all my strength, all my little 92-pound strength, I fucking hit that bitch down, it fucking went flying, and I threw myself like into the air like fucking Superman, jumped off the bed, charged, just running down his hall, and like grabbed my shoes. I had my phone already on me because I had texted my friend while walking to the room and put it in my pocket. Grabbed my fucking shoes, left my purse. I had a purse with me. I didn't give a fuck about my purse. I left my purse in his living room, fucking charged out of his house, and he started running after me. By the time I got to the fucking like living room area, he was like running. He was like, hey! And like running after me, and I was like, oh my, like it was the worst experience of my entire life. I threw his garage door open, and I fucking started running, just like running, and just like fear, anxiety, like didn't know what to expect, just running for my dear life. And I don't know if my best friend at the time was an angel, a savior, literally as I got to the end of the street, and he's running after me, like he is coming for me. I turned back for a quick second, and he's like running, like barely getting out of his garage, and like starting to run down his garage like driveway. My friend pulls up, I fucking get inside I don't even think I got in the front seat. I remember throwing myself at her car, and she was frazzled like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, go! And she like floors the gas, we take off like crazy, and I literally, it took me maybe like 3 or 4 minutes to rekindle myself in her back. I was like, she was like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I just like, from then on, I told her everything. I was like, I think I literally, I've never felt so much fear and seen so much evil in someone and put myself in such a bad position, like so bad. And she was like, no way, like, do we need to go to the police? Do we need to file a police report? I was like, there's really nothing I can do. I mean, he has my purse there, it's just makeup, my house keys, and like credit card and ID. I could get all that back. I really don't want to go back. It didn't really harm me or hurt me. It was just the fear he instilled with me with the setting, and I could see him plotting, wanting to hurt me or take out his anger for his insecurity of whatever he just did, that he wasn't comfortable with himself after it happened. I think I didn't do, like, that hookup scarred me. I think like a couple months later I met Nico, and I kind of like started dating him and like calming down with all of like, you know, the running around and dating and stuff. But literally, I was so scarred for so long with just dating, going over to anyone's house after the date, hanging out at anyone's houses, and doing anything that involved being in a personal area with one person without being in public. And this also stems from that other horror story I told you guys about, not telling him, waiting until I got home, and him flipping out on me. Like, all these different events have prepped me and made me so knowledgeable of what can happen, what did happen, and how to prevent shit like that from happening from me ever again. And none of that has happened to me again. That, hopefully, thank God, knock on wood. What the fuck is the wood? Never will ever be on Tinder again, just on Raya. So if you see me on Raya, hi, swipe right, choose me, just never doing Tinder again. Other than that, that was one of the worst hookups experiences. Stop! I hope if you take anything from this story is to always put yourself in a safe area, know how much you're worth, your values, everything about you, because you fucking kill it, you fucking rock, and you deserve more than a fucking hookup or being over at someone's house and putting yourself in their depression, anxiety, dark fears, everything. Other than that, I love you guys so much. Comment below what you would have done or what I should have done, or I don't know. Just let me know. I love you guys so much. Don't forget, live your life. And until I see you in my next video, swipe right.
I'm faded, feeling lost, I'm jaded. signals crossed, I'm waiting for you just the same. I'm woke now, you're falling on false hopes now.
Need you more than gold now.
Baby, you're to blame. Caught up in this game.